Okay, so continuing on with secondary sheave, I want to show you the difference between what machining the primary does for your belt travel and the secondary. So on the right you have a stock sheave. You can see here how far the belt traveled, its top to. On the Hunterworks sheave, you can see it went all the way up to the edge here. Same on the on this side of the sheave. You can see where the belt travel stopped on stock. You can see where it went to on the Hunterworks, and really it's right up to the limit. Now this sheave has 9,000 miles on it, and this could have been a combination of last time I serviced this, I may not have gotten it completely dry, and or in addition to cold weather running, some moisture got in. But what had happened was I couldn't get my my spring cup off, and what had happened was some rust had formed, and that rust got so thick it was clogging up the channels. So I'm really surprised I didn't blow a belt, or it ran. The only thing I did notice was I couldn't get my top speeds anymore. I was 55 miles an hour, and it was struggling above that, and that's because the sheave wouldn't open up all the way on the secondary. It was so bad. Let's see if I can get focus here. That, and I'll take pictures of this, it wallowed out the holes for these pin retainers. So you have pins that go in here. These had wallowed out. And in the good sheave, this pin doesn't rock. It's nice and solid in there. So to Yamaha's benefit, this thing was running really bad, but it didn't leave me stranded. But I'd say at 45,000 miles, 45,000, I wish, 4,500 miles, I would check the condition of your secondary. He's massive. Let me see if I can find the old spring here. These massive secondary springs, they're a lot bigger, beefier than the Gen 1 secondary springs, and they have a lot more pressure. They put a lot more stress on everything in the secondary, in my opinion. Speaking of springs, the one on the right, which is new, is taller than my original on the left. This is my original. This is the new used one. And I'll take pictures, but you can see that this one is taller because it's hasn't been worn. This one, through all the cycles, is compressed a little bit, which may be good for high-speed running. So I might put it back in. The other thing is, and once again I'll take pictures, just through 9,000 miles of wear, the surface looks pretty good. Right here, it's starting to wear. It's not beveled. It's worn almost not a groove, but like a valley. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'll take pictures. This right one, obviously being new, doesn't have that groove there. Same thing with the other side. Left is my 9,000 mile, right is new used. And right here, it's sort of wearing on it. Nothing that would leave you stranded, nothing that would hurt the belt, but could possibly hurt performance. These spring cups, when you go to order parts to service your secondary sleeve, plan on buying a new one of these. These don't last very long. You might be able to reuse it once. What I would do is, you can see where there's 4 wear grooves in here. Rotate this 90 degrees when you install it, so the wear grooves are on the fresh part. So you could get 2 uses out of these. You want to order new seals, because these seals, in my Viking and my Rhino, I didn't have to replace the seals. I just reused them, but they wear quicker on these X2s, X4s, simply because they're under a lot more pressure. So lesson learned. You'll probably wear your sheaves out before you wear your belt out. The bad thing is and I'll do this in another video for my wet clutch. But I notice a lot of guys are upgrading to the machine sheave, and they're not checking their secondary. With the X2, X4, I highly suggest buy the spring tool from HunterWorks and check your secondary. Order the parts beforehand, because you don't want to get in there and find out, things are worn and then have to be down while you're waiting for parts. I would order the seals, basically the inner and outer seal, and then the O-ring seals. There's 2 of each, 4 seals altogether. Order those, a new spring cup, and these are pretty robust. They don't seem to wear too bad, but if you want to, you can order 4 new pin sliders as well. So next video, I'll go into greasing and putting it back together.